All right. Good evening, everybody, and hello, Sesame. And how are we all doing on this first weekend of May, May 2024? Welcome to Sweet State 70. Doing great. Awesome. So, I'll just go over what Sweet State 70 is. It's basically a monthly stream VOD that I do where I talk about the state of the channel, things that have happened, things that are going to happen, and things as they are in the here and now. That's basically it. As you can see, I've been doing this for, well, this is 70, so I've been doing it for about, well, I don't know, nearly 6 years now. And this is my face in full screen mode with a slightly blurry webcam. With this weather being, well, at least you all know when it's too dark this time. It's very, very obvious and clear. So, let's get started, shall we? Yes, let's get started indeed. So, as always, I usually like to talk about a bit about my personal situation at the beginning of these, and quite honestly, I really don't have a lot to report on that front this time. Everything is kind of going very steady at the moment. My teaching assistant level 2 role is still ongoing. It's more demanding, but it's going okay for the most part. There's been a couple of minor slip ups, I think, but it's been going mostly okay for now. I will see if that continues at the end of the academic year, see what they want to do with me when summer rolls over. I might be in a different class at the end of the academic year, so I might not be with the same group of pupils, but that's a problem for after May, after when the last term comes in. That's not really something I can really ponder about right now, because no one knows what they're going to be reassigned to until the final term of the year. So it is a bit more stressful, but I think I'm doing mostly all right for the time being. On the weight loss front, honestly, I hadn't really weighed myself for about 9 or 10 weeks. And then I recently weighed myself last but 1 week. And it was measured at 18 stone 1. So even though I've not really been keeping a track of my weight for 2 months plus, the fact that I just cut back into it, I'm still at the very low 18 stone, which is pretty much where I was around the last time I weighed myself, means I guess in a sense I've found some kind of steadiness to the weight. Ish. I mean, I've been kept busy with having to look after the house for a month, but I don't know if I could say that I've kept massively on top of trying to lose weight, because if I had, I probably would be well down in the 17 stone bracket by now, and that hasn't occurred yet. But at the same time, I haven't also ballooned up either. I've just kind of somehow got myself back to a steady 18 stone 1 point. Somewhere between 17 and 18 stone, I guess. So that's something sort of to be happy about. Considering previously when I've had attempts like this go quite far, I usually just fuck up and I balloon back to the previous bad point. I'd read in the past where I'd get down to 18 stone 5 or whatever, and I'd fuck it up, and then before I knew it, I'd go up and up and up and up and up, and then I'd be back to 19 stone again, and I'd be really discouraged, and I would feel demotivated to continue. So I'm kind of pleased with the fact that even though I've not really been keeping track on it for about 2 months, I'm still in a better point than I was a few years ago. Obviously, I want more. I want to eventually be able to break this 18 stone bracket and get myself down of a stone at least, if not maybe two. But on that front, pretty much just looking to be consistent, which is not an easy thing for me. Oh, actually, bloody hell. I thought that was a hair on my head on the camera, but it's actually part of the headphones. These old headphones, which I'm pretty sure need replacing at some point. And really, that's about it, to be honest. On the personal front, I mean, I'm supposed that we also need to, like, partly communicate better at work or something like that, but I am working on that, so it shouldn't be much of a problem to overcome, hopefully. I think this is want me to be more positive about things and be able to communicate at a lower level, which I'll manage eventually, so whatever keeps me in the TA2 role after the summer is great. That's all I'm really sort of striving for on that front. I'm not really looking to like go up and up and up and up, because the pay ain't worth it, and neither's being offloaded with a shit ton more work that will eat into my free time and drag me into being overworked and shit like that. I just wanted to have a steady job that I just sort of can do, and I earn the money from that while pursuing things I actually want to do, the steady job, something to provide me with an income, and I don't really think of it as much more than that at this stage in my life. It's like my passion is elsewhere these days, really. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy my job, it is good, but my passions don't lie with my work. They lie with other things, like arguably this and my poker, and trying to build up my independence and become a better person. The job is just a job. It's something I do to earn money. I don't really think of it in much more terms than that these days. That wasn't always the case, but times change. So yeah, that's all about my personal situation. Now I wish to move on to the next point, which is I need some thoughts from the chat about a change that I made quite recently. I guess I should probably wait to see if a few more people turn up, though, but I guess I could start talking about it now. And that is, I'm talking about my recent change for last month anyway, which is, something I'm still going to do for the time being, I think. And that was the idea that was proposed during last month's Sweet State by Maddock, which I've carried out since, which is the idea of, instead of just playing like, say, the Maximum Project and just doing stream after stream of that, and then going over to Quake 2 and just doing stream after stream of that until that's finished, like I have done for years on this channel, with the exception of really long RPG projects where I've had occasional breaks, but only small ones in between the length of that one. The idea is that I've been bouncing back and forth between two different games. Okay, granted, Quake 2 and Doom are both FPSs, but still, they are two different games. And so the idea has been that I do one part of, say, the Maximum Project 2022, and then the next stream I played Quake 2 Remastered, and then I went back and forth for the whole month, doing both of those at the same time, and also fitting in an Iron Man stream, and of course a playtest stream, which I'll talk about in a little bit as well, because that's back. So instead of just bouncing, doing both games, but doing alternate streams where I play one game and one and the other. And that's how I did used to do it way back when I first started streaming, even before this channel on Dope With, where I would like bounce. I mean, sometimes I would just play a game like in straight streams if it was short or whatever. But I do remember that at the time of peak Dope Lives, this being like 2009 to 2014, 2015, I guess, I would be like playing multiple projects, lengthy ones at that too. Sometimes they were RPGs, quite a lot of games. I would play like one game in the afternoon, and then in the evening I'd play another one, and then I'd do that for a bit, and eventually I'd complete them, and then get new projects into those spots. I mean, I used to be quite a busy streamer in my 20s. In the old Dope Wiz days, I really, really was. It was ridiculous, the amount of hours I put into the streaming back then. Like, because I had all this free time to spare, because I didn't have a big job in the early days, I sometimes streamed 3 times a day. Like, I would sometimes have a thing in the morning, or a little tiny job where I had to wake some kid up. Then I'd go home, get home for about 9 o'clock, and maybe sometimes stream until about 12. Break for an hour, and then stream again from like 1 till 4 or 5. Break for an hour, come back and do an evening stream from like 6 till 10, and that's it, done. Day's over. And I honestly did do that. And that would be a regular thing for me at the time. Like, I would stream 3 times a day. Quite a bit. Sometimes twice. I mean, obviously not every day, because it being a community streaming site, there was, for people who would stream. So sometimes I would want to stream. I couldn't. That was fine, not a problem. But I was very active and very busy, and the idea was I would juggle between different games and get them all done. And that's kind of what I've done this last month. I have finished both the Doom World Maximum Project 2022 and the Quake 2 Mastered. Quake 2 Remastered was fun. I enjoyed it. It was good. Quake 2 generally was as easy as I remembered. The Reckoning was a bit more spicy, but not as difficult as I perceived it to be. Ground Zero was improved with the turrets, but got annoying. Quake 264 was a 3-hour romp, and the Cold Machine was excellent. And the Maximum Project was a mixed bag, as you'd expect. So, with that in mind, with this idea of bouncing back and forth between 2 different games, one of them being Doom related, and the other one, wrong finger, and the other one being something not Doom related, something else, what have you all thought about this in the chat? Like, what has been your thoughts on this approach to me streaming on this channel? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Did you prefer the old style when I would just stream a game until it was completed? Do you prefer this new style where I back and forth between different games? Let me know in the comments as well on YouTube if you have any thoughts on it. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this from anyone in the chat right now. Variety seems nice. How's it working for you? I think it's only been a month since I've also decided what I'm going to... I mean, obviously last month I also decided the future of the channel, as you pointed out, says Amir, with the variety. It's only been a month since I've done that, and to be fair, I have played an FPS and an FPS. So I guess you could technically call it variety, since it wasn't just a Doom word and another Doom word, but, it's not really a proper sort of sample size of how it's working out. So I can't really say. I mean, I generally think of the 4 options that I presented in the survey, I liked the first 2 options the most, and honestly I was expecting a bit more of a lean towards the Doom-related, the Doom-focused option, but quite a few of you seem to are very happy to have it be variety, which is fine by me. I figure it's going to work out pretty okay. I mean, if this new style of bouncing between 2 different games is a thing, then that's also good, because that will you know, I guess keep the engagement more, and also it means that people who don't want to turn up for one kind of stream don't have to wait like a week or so before they can watch again, because I know some of you just come here for the Doom stuff, and some of you come here to not watch the Doom stuff. So the advantage of the back and forth system is that you know that next time they stream they won't be playing the same game, so you can just skip a stream and then come back or whatever. But I think the variety is going to work out pretty okay. I think it'll allow me to play. I mean, there are other games I do want to play that aren't just FPSs. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a decent chunk of games I do want to play that are very much FPS games, but there are other genres and things I do want to try out as well in the time that I can spare. So for the time being, what I'm gonna do, regardless of the chat's thoughts on it, is I'm gonna continue with this idea for at least another month. But what I want to do this time around is I want to specifically play a game that isn't an FPS. Or something that is very different from just, say, here's Doom and here's Quake. Sorry, here's Doom 2 and here's Quake 2. They're both FPS games by the same company. They're very different, but it has a similar feel, which is fine. I think to really figure out how well this is going to work, I need to very much play something in the other game slot that is definitely not an FPS. Something that is quite different in a way. So I don't know what that is though. That's the only thing. I was supposed to spend part of this 4-day weekend trying to figure out what I'm even going to play next, but I haven't really thought about it at the moment as to what I'm going to play. But I definitely think to figure out how well this variety works out with this idea of bouncing, I definitely need to play something that is very different than just playing. I mean, I could play an FPS, I guess, but no, I need to specifically do something that is different, just to see what the chat, what the audience thinks of it, and then I'll be able to get a better idea of how well this idea is going down. But what do you think of it, Sesame? Have you liked the idea this past month of me bouncing around between two different games? I mean, you've been fairly active in both the Doom stuff and the Quake 2 stuff. If you like the idea that one night I'm streaming Doom, next night I'm streaming a different game, and this is like a back and forth, since you're the only person in chat right now. Do you have any thoughts on it? Well, I actually need to load up Steam. I need to maybe look for my Steam library and see what I've got on mind. What I could actually consider for my next other game, because I am going to have to actually get started with it. I mean, I've got one or two things I can do to start them up, but after that I'm going to have to get this other game in the pipeline, whatever it is I choose to play. Oh no, that's the old. Sorry, I'm just looking at some data. There. Just looking at my actual library of other games that I could play. I know Drowkin suggested something, but I'm not going to do that for now because I need to make sure that's set up. It's been a good change, I think. You've enjoyed it? Okay. Fair enough. As I said, I mean, I should have really waited. I need a few more people in the chat to give their opinions. I'll probably come back to this, actually, since the chat is kind of quiet right now. So I might come back to this point throughout the sweet state and ask a few more people as it gets a bit busier. What exactly could I... Ooh. I could play this game, maybe? I'm thinking that, I'll save that for the summer. I think that would be more appropriate in the summer. It'd be very more themed in the summer, I think. I was looking at the... if you wondering what I'm looking at the Hooked on You Dead by Daylight dating sim, which... pretty sure I got last year, and I think I was gonna play it last year, but I think I decided to double down. I decided to go to focus on the request list instead. But I still need to play it at some point, and I'm thinking of saving that for the summer this year because the game does the dating sim does revolve around a summer theme, and I think it would be a good fit for the time of year. But you've liked the idea of, he says to me. That's good. That's good. I'm starting to look for my game list of things that I could play that aren't FPS games. I mean, if I can't figure anything else, I could just play an FPS game. But I really want to test this with different genres to some extent. Just really seeing what kind of games I had in mind to play. Huh. I didn't know I had the modern Tomb Raider. Well, the first modern Tomb Raider game, not the remastered one, which is something I am considering playing. Actually, acquiring the remastered thing and playing the trilogy. That would take a very long time to do, though, I think. And I would probably be very bad at that kind of game. But I have said I've always wanted to try and play Tomb Raider again, so that's an option, I guess. Also got Yakuza 0. If I wanted to delve into the Yakuzas, hey, that's another game I've kind of wanted to dig into at some point, is Yakuza 0, because a lot of Yakuza fans say that if you're going to go into the Yakuza series, that's the first game to start with, because that's where it all begins, and that's like the best one. And I mean, I've seen like tidbits of the Yakuza games, and they just seem absolutely bonkers, but incredibly fun at the same time. And I think someone gifted me this a while back. That could actually be a possible option, actually. I forgot I had Yakuza 0 in my library, actually. No, I don't think I'll play the third Zero Escape game yet. Oh, God. I just realized, looking through most of my list, I really do have a shit ton of FPS games. No, I'd be kidding. I have quite a few of them. It's bonkers to think, isn't it? Got that modern Saints Row game. Do I want to play that off so quickly? I don't know. I don't think so. Resident Evil Village. Vice City. That might be a problem with DMCA. Well, I don't know, actually. It might not. Elden Ring. No. I do have Elden Ring, but I'm saving that for co-op, I think. I don't think I'm playing that on my own. That would probably take me about the rest of the year to play at some point, if I was to get around to it. So yeah, there's that. Dang. I'm sorry I'm not really saying much. I'm literally at the moment just scrolling through my library of games to decide what I want to play next. And there's so many options, but I can't think of which one to sort of go down. What on earth is this? Okay, I guess it's some kind of a horror game. I don't recall having a game called Terraform. What the hell is this? No, Vampire Survivors never did. What the hell is this? I have a game in here I don't even know about. Something called Terraform. Oh, okay. Never mind. I know why this is on my list now. This is found footage. Yeah, okay. We're not touching horror games. Horror games I consider in October. I have quite a few of those. I'm not sure on horror games I could play. That'll be a Spooktober consideration. No, I don't own Vampire Survivors. Says Mia. I don't I mean, that game looks kind of fun in a way. Like, it's like a roguelike where you just get stronger and then you die. Well, I guess it's not like a roguelike because, well, it is and it isn't, I guess. You are supposed to die eventually, but you end up, like, spamming the screen with things. Oh, that being said, oh, wow, I do have Maddox's suggestion of The Witness. He said that was a really good puzzle game. I wonder if that might be a good idea just for a bit of a change. I mean, Maddox has been asking me to play The Witness for quite a while now. And I did like the Talos Principle too, even though I sucked up some of the really like the golden puzzles. One or two of them threw me up. But I really like the idea of playing an interesting puzzle game. It's pretty fun to learn. You got super addicted for about 6 months. Nice. I wonder if The Witness might be a good choice, just for a completely different genre from puzzles to FPS. Could be interesting, couldn't it? Indeed. Squirrel stapler. Gosh. Head on Pudright. I never been back to Head on, did I, after I played the first episode? Greenwood isn't finished yet. Fashion Police Squad. That's an FPS game. Fallout 1 and 2. Well, I'll have to give it some more thought. Honestly, I mean, I'm sorry to drag this out. I have literally just been looking for my library of Steam games to see what I could consider playing for the next other game, but nothing is like, apart from maybe The Witness, nothing is springing to mind at this moment in time. You know, if I'm specifically looking to play something that is not an FPS, that is, if I want to play an FPS, my choices go massively like whoosh for the roof. But I specifically stated I wanted to play something that wasn't an FPS to test this idea out. To my collection, I only have a couple of games at hand I can think of that fulfill that. So yeah, I'll have to look into that. Oh wow, Vampire Survivors. Wow, Vampire Survivors is only £4. That's cheap. I was actually just curious as to what price. Oh, it's got DLC up the what? Well, relatively up the wazoo, but and that's still kind of cheapish. Still, Time Survival game. That was what it was called, wasn't it? Time Survival. Yeah. All right. Excuse me. So, yeah, I mean, I'll come back to this point if a few more people enter the chat, or I'll bring this up at some other points. If not, I mean, this rate's one of the quietest sweet states I've ever had. But yeah, I'm going to continue with this idea of bouncing between two different games for at least another month, and then I'll check in again in June and see how people think. And then if the idea is everyone likes it, a lot of people like the idea, then I'll just keep doing that going forward. I'll just bounce between Doom one stream, other game the next. I'll just keep doing that for forever. Okay, so moving on to the next point I was going to bring up. My playtesting streams came back. I'm going to put that down there to sake of it at this point. My playtesting streams resumed last month as well. I finally did the first playtest stream for about 7 or 8 months, with 2 parts, which was fun to go back to it. Honestly, it was fun to get back into doing some playtesting again. It was quite fun to go through different wards and try my best to provide some constructive feedback. And I also have some of the chat do the same. And it was a really fun process. Getting back to that, it reminded me of why I used to enjoy doing them quite regularly a few years ago. The idea that I will find these different potential up and coming Doom mappers making interesting things, and then maybe I can, they're not getting as much feedback as they should, so maybe I can help encourage that in a way. And generally just getting to play some. Hey, World Misfit, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good afternoon over there in the States. Yeah, I'm just talking about my playtesting stream. I'm going to come back to a previous point later on when the chat gets a bit busy. All right, you've been here since the start. We had to AFK to bathroom. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to bounce back to my earlier point when the chat hopefully gets a bit busier later. But yeah, the playtesting was fun to do. And once again, I'm going to ask the chat's thoughts as to what you all thought of me doing the playtesting stream last month. What did you think? What did you all think of I mean, obviously you've seen me do playtesting stuff before, but what did you think of the return? And just to say while I'm waiting for that, I am going to be doing another one this month, and as I said, I am going to start doing at least one playtest session a month going forward. And if I'm in the mood, I might do more than one, but I may not always have the time for that. But I do promise to do at least one every month. Good to see it back. It needs more mod submissions though. That's more on the submitters, not you, but just wanted to say that. Okay. I know you like the mods. Sesame seems to agree. Sesame wants to see some more mod submissions. Well, hey, if I find some people with some mods they want to check out, I can add them if I find any, or get suggested any, or whatever. I have had a few people already request some stuff for playtest this month before I have even... Actually, World Misfit, I think you might quite like one of the ones that has been suggested to me. I've had 3 people suggest some playtest stuff for me, and one of them is in fact a mod, funnily enough, which involves Colourful Hell. Oh, by the way, I finally been using my Steam birthday box you gave me to get Supermarket Simulator. Supermarket Simulator? That's the actual game? I'm going to have to look that up. What is this? Supermarket Simulator. Oh my god. Oh my... Wait, this has a demo, I think. No, it had a prologue. It had something. Oh my god, what is this? Oh my god. Hey, stop. Pause. I want to watch this. I want to watch this. Let's give it that for a minute. This is the early access trailer for what the game that Lord Misfit just talked about. Oh, what? Wait, you set the prices? This is more of a grocery shop given its size, but, Oh, okay, see. I see. Oh my god. So yeah, thank Neurometry for me seeing this and checking him out sometime, sweet. Neurometry was playing it on some of his YouTube streams. He also plays some Doom stuff. This one, he plays House Whipper. Wow. Okay. This is a game. So you have to manage everything. It's an early access game with a very positive score. So I'm gonna pop this back to my screen now and put that up there. He does do Doom stuff. Okay. Let's have a look. He's kind of unpleasantly loud.
Hi! I figured I should probably do one of these. Normally I don't really do scripted content. This video is not going to be scripted. I like to just say what comes to my mind, and I like to just say how my brain says it. I should really do an introduction to my channel, shouldn't I? I mean, I should explain what I'm doing. Obviously, I play Doom. That's why you're here. I don't...
Okay. Hey, Kitty Cuss. Hey, Xbox Clown. How you both doing? He plays it while demoing various music on his playlist. I was just clicking Lord Misfit's link. Oh, the supermarkets then. Oh, okay. I don't think that's the kind of game I'd be interested in, but I'm sure it will appease some people. Too. Nah, we want that supermarket sim content. Sounds like there's other stuff on the way. I mean, Nero does both. Fair enough. Yeah, so, yeah, the playtesting streams came back, so you liked it. Did anyone else... Well, I mean, now we got a few more people. What have you all thought of my playtest stream that I did earlier last month? You know, I mean, as I said, I've had people ask for stuff already. I got 3 people who have already requested things of me, and I'll be looking for more later this month. I'm not sure when the playtest stream will be this month. I'll probably do it a bit later into May. So I can have a bit of time to get over stuff and see if people want to request anything or whatever. But yeah, what have you all thought of the playtest streams being back last month in the chat? You know, like KineCast, Xbox, since you've just popped up. He's also done reactions to Civvy and Mount Payne's 27. Yeah, it looks like he does some stuff with Decino, and he even did one in the Angry Video Game Nerd when he covered Doom. So that's kind of cool. Oh, that's a thing. I need to set up something for later. While I wait for chat response, I need to... Sorry, just need to... Sorry, I'm just looking for the official channel. There's some... Ah, yeah, there it is. This is what I want for later. I'll just leave that down for now. But yeah, I have enjoyed the playtesting stuff, and I think I look forward to doing more of them going forward. I don't think I'll be able to get back to my regular state where I used to do like several a month sometimes, but I certainly think just doing one a month at least will hopefully help out a few people. You know, like it has done in the past. Like I've had some, you know, that was the joy of the playtest stream, was where the mappers would come in the chat as well, and sometimes they'd learn a few things, improve their work, and they'd go on to get some feedback, and they'd go on to do good things, I guess. But yeah, no other thoughts in the channel. My playtest stream that I did, you know, you all think it was pretty good or whatever. Obviously, apart from Ward Misfit saying there needs to be more mods, one of the ones that is going to be playtested will be a mod. So you'll get your wish. Hello, Shakar. You don't watch them much. Yeah, I know you don't really like the Doom stuff, do you? Busy as fuck lately. Also, happy birthday +1. Hope you had a good birthday. Sounds like you did. No, I do, but I think you are too lenient. sometimes. Too lenient. Again, the onus is on the submitters of the mod playtest more than it is you. Well, I try not to discourage people outright. I mean, I can be, try to be more constructive rather than just outright. I mean, unless it's something I think is particularly egregious, like the spectral enemies that was used last time. I mean, obviously, I can't put the Icon of Sin into that category because that is, well, open to interpretation. It's like stealth enemies. Fuck, I always mistake them. So I meant stealth enemies. Not spectral, it's stealth enemies. Sorry, I always make that fucking mistake. I don't know why. I try, at least, don't know if I'm always successful, to try and be more constructive. I know, but I have seen some absolute bad things in the playtest that should be fixed, and you put that too soft sometimes. But that's my opinion, and you do you. You are more prompt than most. Dutch influence. Shakara's... I can imagine you, Shakara, doing a playtest stream. You see an arrow and you lose your shit and you go, into the garbage. Direct and honest. Understandable. So my camera just... Oh, camera's actually kind of fine what it was. Ish. Actually, no, I'll move it slightly over there. That's better. I am not the QA lead at Hellforge Studios for nothing. Now am I? No, that's true. So yeah, the playtesting will continue. And I do take requests, I guess, for that kind of thing, if you're a mapper or whatnot. But do bear in mind that I'm not going to be able to do everything. I am not super regular, and it is only once a month. And I like to look up my own. And I don't want anything too long. Ideally, I'm not here to play a 32 map megawad because that's a lot of time. I'm thinking more short term. But yeah, the playtesting. It seems like a lot of you like the playtesting. I mean, a lot of you. That's why I started to bring it back, was because quite a few of you said you previously enjoyed the playtesting stuff. So that's why I went back to it, and I've always said I've wanted to do the playtesting again to help out in my own way. So, for now at least, the playtesting stuff will be once a month, and hopefully it will continue to be a success. So now there's quite a few of you in the chat, I do enjoy your playtesting streams when I'm able to attend. Fair enough. So now there's quite a few of you in the chat. I was quiet a bit ago. I am going to ask what I did ask earlier, and that's about this idea. What I've been doing last month is where I've been bouncing around between two different games on alternate streams. One stream has been Doom, then the other stream has been Quake 2. Back and forth until we're both finished. So I have said I am going to continue to do that this month, and I'm going to try and pick something this month. The next one is not an FPS game, so I can see how it works with a different genre. But I just want the thoughts in the chat, the feedback. Did I discuss my Quake 2 playthrough yet? Not really. I sort of went through it briefly about my Quake 2 playthrough, how I felt, so I have mentioned it, yes. But I liked it. Not a fan of watching Quake, but I enjoyed seeing you flip around. Keeps the stream from going stale. But I really kind of want people's thoughts as to, you didn't really seem to enjoy Quake most of the time? Really? I like Quake 2. Honestly. I did like Quake 2. I don't know where you got that from. I mean, I said several times it was very comfy at times, with occasional bit of spiciness, mostly from gladiators or tricky enemy positions, but you enjoy being able to catch different things, from being stale. Okay. I mean, it's the kind of feedback I'm looking for. I've never done the idea of alternate streams before on this channel in the entire time, so I am curious as to see what people think of the change. Is it good? Do you like it? Do you like the style of me flipping between two different games, or do you want me to go back to do what I used to do, where I just used to keep playing something until it was done? And chat with my Q in the chat. Yeah. Okay. So you were a fan of it. Shazamir liked it. I personally enjoy being a variety streamer myself, and you seem to enjoy it as well. Well, yeah, I do like the idea of playing a variety of things. Past experience has taught me if I play nothing but Doom, I burn myself out. So, you know, I'm kind of glad the variety option won out. For me, the most important thing was that you enjoyed flipping around, which I kind of did. It did. I mean, as I've said earlier, I have done that in the past, so it's not like it's a new thing for me to do. I used to do it back in the Peak Dope Blitz days. It's just a new thing for this channel. But yeah, the idea of flipping around is kind of nice. Definitely. I mean, for me personally, I guess, and yeah, I've seen you burn out on games and then still brute your way through it, and then it seems to be the game. Happens to me too. Perhaps flipping around doesn't allow that to happen as much, I think. I mean, maybe it will allow me, like, if I do have a rough patch in that game, I know that the next stream is like, okay, we're going to play something different for a bit, for one stream, so we're not going straight back into it. As there are a few games I flip between, so switching games you play is good. It's a shame. But sometimes a game really catches me, like Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I mean, obviously the other side is if something's going really well and I want to play it again, then flipping around means I have to wait on stream, but pros and cons, you know. So, again, in the YouTube comments or whenever, if people have any thoughts on it, let me know. I mean, I'm going to keep doing it for this month. As soon as I can decide on a fucking game to play that's not Doom, I will start it at some point soon. Yeah, switching around means you can flip the days around as well. Whatever you want. Well, I like the idea of doing it in alternate streams. Like, if I play the Doom thing, the next stream has to be the other game, and then doing that back and forth. That's kind of the idea I like on that, as per Manok's suggestion. So, yeah. I'll see how that goes, and we'll probably and again I'll check back in on that on the next Sweet State to see what people think when it's not 2 FPS games back to back on each other. Okay, so what else have I got here on my thingy list? The next thing I want to talk about is something I had actually mentioned previously. Let me just bring it up again. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to bring this one up. Just give me a sec to set this up a little bit. Get this ready, get the webcam sort of here for this part. Hopefully it comes through. It should do. Come on, OBS. Stop with this derping around. God damn it. Thank you. There we go. Okay, so the next thing I kind of want to announce is something that... Oh dear, John Wick the Mushroom and Glue Small. Yeah. So the next thing I want to announce is... Yes, it's an arrow. Carl, please don't flip out over the arrow. It's a hub screen. Relax. It's a sort of a long-term and very, very ambitious idea. Right, let's move away from the arrow. Yeah, now you can't see the arrow. Alright, now you can. Alright, there. Calm down. So, the next idea that I have is, as I said, this is a very long-term and ambitious target I'm going to set myself. But I'm going to put it in as a goal anyway. I really honestly don't expect this goal to ever get met, by the way. I expect this to be something that will hang over the channel for the rest of my life and I'll never reach it. At least not until I'm like in my old age. I'm surprised Thompson didn't go insane doing all these. Best of luck. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not playing this now. This is not my next Doom project. At the moment. I'm tying it to a goal on the channel. It's an idea that just popped into my head a few days ago when I saw Nitro start to play this. I don't know if Nitro's going to get through all of this. Best of luck to him on doing this. But I actually only learned of this WOD's existence because of that. And this has actually been out for like 2 years. Hey, Watch, how's it going? So basically, the idea of it is all of Maximum Doom. Now, if you don't know what Maximum Doom is, in the 90s, there was a CD collection. And OBS is derping. What the fuck? OBS, please stop doing that. Thank you. Yeah, OBS just took a shit. Hopefully that's the end of that. Bloody hope so, anyway. Might want to refresh your stream. So anyway, Maximum Doom is basically a shovelware collection of Doom maps. No, it's not a DDoS. It's either my Wi-Fi being weird or it's OBS being weird. Take your pick. Maximum Doom was like a collection of everyone's maps from back in the 90s or something. Like, anyone who could make a Doom map and submit it was submitted. So think of it as like very ye old Doom World Maximum project or mega project, but like everything just got added. Everything got added, no matter what. So it made a massive compilation of maps called Maximum Doom, which was it's a well-known compilation for Doom fans. So you know. Oh, there's going to be a lot of trash. So anyway, the person who came up with this decided to make everything in one WOD. They even sort of cleaned up some of the stuff and applied marks. Some of them are death matches. Some of them had no exits, so they added some exit. They added gates and switches to levels that were broken. And then they put it all into one WOD. Into each of the 3 games. So there's a Doom 1 collection. They even had some editor's choice, which they felt was the best one. So like every hub screen, like you can go into a hub area and you go whatever, and then bam, there's a level. And you can have a look at it, and it gives you some descriptions. This is like 90s mapping, peak 90s mapping. The WOD is basically every single Maximum Doom map in one WOD. So actually what's kind of interesting, I won't lie. Hey, excellent. Hydrate coming up. Yeah, like a ramp project for oh, this is one of the blue ones. The orange ones I think are, I don't know. The purple ones are the recommended ones. Oh no, it's divided. I think orange means it's like 8. It's like blue is like single maps. Orange is like multiple maps, episode sort of thing. And then red is like a full fucking megawatt of stuff. So yeah, the idea of this is that every single Maximum Doom thing is there. And that's just Doom 1. Doom 2 has way more. LBS, do you want to fucking hold it, please? I love that screenshot. It's kind of cool. There's also one for the other one as well. And this one has 3 hub maps. LBS, shut up, LBS. Whatever. Yeah, this one had to be divided into 3 parts as well. Holy shit. Because some of it is so... The Doom Stew stuff is so big. I mean, look how many levels though. This is 1/3, by the way. 1/3. There's like 3 hub areas divided onto the maps from A to D and whatever. So much so that they had to introduce these conveyors to be able to look at that. Whoosh. Crazy. I think this red one indicates the halfway point of the section. I think Eltham has a halfway point. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, the red one is the halfway point of each of these. So, yeah, it's huge. This is insane. Like, every single maximum Doom 2 map is here. It's all here. There's also 3 hub areas, so you can do skip. So, like, then you have Demonopolis, which is, like, more of them. See there's loads and loads and loads and loads. This is my favorite of the 3 areas. It's nice blue. It's nice. And look at the size of it. It's crazy. I think this is the biggest one as well. Whoosh. I did show this off on a... Oh, no, it's not actually. It's the one next to it, I think. Yeah, I think it's this one. No? No, it isn't. There's the biggest one. Look at that. Wait, is it? Oh, no, it isn't. Shit. I keep going on the wrong fucking one. Sorry, everyone. Trying to show off like the biggest fucking... Wait, I'm doing a piss poor job. Whoops. Yeah, this is it. And I fucked up again. It's not this one, it's the next one. Sorry. Yeah, this is it. The S. Shows where in 1.3, yeah. So the thing that the author did also is they also cleaned up the levels. They didn't just like put all the levels together. They cleaned up all the they got rid of all the levels that were covers, like duplicates, which apparently is a thing in the original collection. They added exits to levels that didn't have exits. They organized them into things where they have one map again. Blue means single, orange means 2 to 8, red is like full fucking megawatt tier. It's only a few of those, frankly. There's so many levels. A bit of information on the front as to the author and additions on every single level. I mean, wow, this is the shortest one. It's fucking the only queue. Yeah. It does sound familiar. I don't know what it is though. But I've heard this before as well. So yeah, this is, and there's also they also did a Heretic hub as well. Yeah, you can see there. The blue one is Western 8. Oh, sorry, blue is Western 8. Orange is 8 or more. Megawad is 24 plus maps. And thankfully, there's a lot of blues. There's only a few reds and oranges sprinkled in between. So. But still, there's a lot of levels. But I really like the idea that Maximum Doom has been put together into this collection that is there. So there's also a Heretic collection of maps as well. There's no hub for that. I think for that one it's just the 19 levels put back to back in the same thing. So there are 19 Heretic levels as well that are included. So yeah, this is really sort of like a thing that exists, and I had no idea about it until like recently. But it does exist, and it's been out for apparently 2 years. I will provide a link in the chat if you're curious. It was done by Azbadgabar. It came out in June 2022. So yeah. Now, this sounds pretty interesting, doesn't it? I mean, I've always wanted to tackle Maximum Doom at some point. Just been fascinated by the idea ever since Tarnsman did it, and also before that, because I used to own a copy of Maximum Doom. I still have the original disc, which probably still works. I mean, well, I have a copy of the original disc. I think the original disc kind of broke, but I've got the original disc. I used to own Maximum Doom as part of a collection. Doom, Doom 2, and then Master Levels, which I've also never played, and Maximum Doom. And I've always said, and long-time viewers will know I've said this before, someday I won't mind tackling Maximum Doom, because it just seems like something you gotta do if you're a Doom fan. You gotta go through it and take that journey. Well, I guess you don't have to do it, but, it's out there. It's an option. So, with that in mind, I am going to, at some point in the very long distant future, probably decades from now, I will play Maximum Doom. However, it is going to be set to a follower target, which I'm actually going to update right now. I'm going to change my goal. Now, you've seen my previous goal, which was just to get to 2100. I mainly just put up there just so people could see the thing. But I'm going to change it. And I think that is... Well, there it is. Okay. And now I have set a new goal. which I think is just flashed up on the chat for you all, hopefully. So, it's a very long-term and very ambitious goal. But basically, if this channel ever gets to 3,000 followers, it currently stands at the time of this recording, 2,066. If I ever get to 3,000 followers, I will play Maximum Doom. I've done this before with, Sunder, when I got to 2,000, map 15. But this, by far, would be the most ambitious, lengthy, and most ridiculous thing yet. Which is why I have set it for 3,000, which is why, accordingly, I've set it to a equally lengthy, ambitious, and ridiculous target of 3,000 followers. So, I'm just going to put it out there. And maybe it will never get met. Maybe I'll never get 3,000. It doesn't really matter. But it's there. It is there. So, if I ever somehow get this channel to 3,000 followers, I will play Maximum Doom. Any thoughts? And like with the Sunder thing, the moment that target gets met, it would be the next thing I'd do. It would be my immediate priority. Now, I know it's a very, very ambitious target. I honestly do not expect to even get 3,000. I expect that, my growth has pretty much just disappeared, mostly. So, and even if it does, it will take me years to get it. So, it's not like it's going to be something that's going to happen right away. It's going to take years and years to get to that point, if ever. It's a piece offered by Tristan Coy. Yeah, I've definitely heard it before in some other ward. Mod Missing just goes V. I mean, the fact that now there's a really cleaned up style, a way of playing Maximum Doom without having to go through every individual file, which I did also have. I had an entire folder with every single Doom Maximum Doom 1 in it, and now there's just this really convenient and cleaned up version that I can just play, is great. Makes playing Maximum Doom way easier for any who wish to try. So, there we go. That is my ridiculous target for 3,000 followers. So if I somehow incur a massive growth for the next few years and become super popular by some eldritch means, my punishment will be playing this. And it will be a curious ride indeed. So we'll see. We'll see if that ever happens. It will be a fun thing to laugh back on when I'm 52 years old and I'm finally playing it. And I'm like, why did I set this target? I had 14 years of peace. But yeah, it's just an idea that I had. And, you know, I mean, I don't really have any other targets I can think of. I thought I'd stick it far into the future and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see what happens. But it's there now. It exists. It's a target. God help me if it ever gets met. Okay, so, oh yeah, and also, I put this down as a quick note, I don't know, does this even matter, really? I don't know. But I guess my anniversary day is on the 19th of May, coming up, my 11th year. I don't really have any plans to do anything for that day, but I thought I'd just point out, you know, I mean, I did do a 10-year celebration last year for the whole of May, where I did the different streaming UI styles, which was a bit weird and hard to set up. God, it feels like a year's passed by very quickly because I remember that. You know, doing the old classic old stream styles with no chat and the stretch chat, and then gradually upgrading it to the modern thing that they have today. Revisiting Going Down, that was pretty cool. And having fucking Moldy show up for most of that playthrough was pretty cool as well. So yeah, the 19th of May, you can celebrate my anniversary day of 11 years, I guess. I don't have any plans for it, especially since it was on a Sunday, I guess. Now that I think about it, are we doing a session that day? Shakar? Oh no, we're not, are we? Oh, right, so... it's the week after. It's next Sunday. So I guess I would be able to stream that night. But yeah, just thought I'd point it out as a humorous little thing. You know, it's my 11-year anniversary. Don't all cheer at once. Yeah, so the next thing to mention is about the Ironmans. Now, unfortunately, the Iron Eagle, unless it's just been posted now, is currently not up. Because one of the ideas I was going to contemplate doing, possibly, was sort of combining the Sweet State with the Ironman runs. But the Iron Eagle isn't up yet. I think I sort of made a post in the Discord about it, and I think Pegleg is scrambling to create something, so it should be up by the end of today. Fingers crossed. The Ironman, however, is up for May. If the Iron Eagle is up, I will do that tomorrow. That's the first thing. That's the first real stream I'll do this month. I will do the Ironmans tomorrow if the Iron Eagle is up. But yeah, this month is for the Ironman League. It is 2 WODs I've actually played: Suspended in Dusk and Brauhaus. Boy, that'll be a fun WOD to revisit, won't it? Fucking Brauhaus, that artsy WOD. And Suspended in Dusk, I'm pretty sure I've also played. Yeah, I have played Suspended in Dusk. It was quite a while ago, though, when I played it. So yeah, that's going to be the plan for tomorrow's stream. We'll be playing in before my house ends up on this. Would my house wouldn't really be a good candidate for Ironmans, though. I mean, technically you could beat the thing in like 10 minutes, couldn't you? If you knew where you were going. No, it's not really it's not really an Iron Man material. Why would you put my house as there? I mean, to be fair, it'd be a better pick than fucking World Orifice was. But my house would just be like weird. You know, like again, like it's from what I recall of the very simple playthrough I did, you could beat my house in about 5 minutes. I mean, you'd also have to set some parameters, like if you went for the alternate exits, you know, which one's the longest and the most difficult, do you go through that and get the most points? It would just be, yeah, you'd have to set up like a different leaderboard conditions for that. That isn't just about speed, but like which ending do you go for, which one takes the longest or whatever. It'd be an interesting idea if it could be Iron Man, but I definitely don't think my house would be suited. Definitely not. Yeah, I can. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, the Iron Man stream will be tomorrow if the Iron Eagle is up, which it should be by then. I think the Iron Eagle will be up by tomorrow. So tomorrow night I will be playing the Iron Man and the Iron Eagle and attempting those. I have no idea what the Iron Eagle will be, but the Iron Man will be interesting. Two mods I've previously played, and Browhouse should be a fun revisit. Yeah, like, that's true, actually. If you wanted to do that, you would have to tell people how to get that ending, and then you'd have to have everyone acquire it. And the whole idea of my house is it's meant to be a repeated playthrough type WOD, but it's best experienced mostly as blind as possible, but also, you know, which is why I'm not revisiting it, even though I've not seen any of the best endings, because I get the idea of it, and yeah. Yeah. So, sorry, I should actually have popped that out a second ago. Sorry. I've had this on the screen, I just realized I've moved my points. Let's get away from Maximum Doom. Sorry. I don't know why that should not have hung on the screen as long as it did. My apologies. So yeah. We'll see how those Iron Mans go. Oh wow, let's talk a bit about poker as well. That's my next point. I guess I'll bring up my poker thing as well. Just give me a sec to get this set up for you. I guess I'm going to talk a bit about my poker. How the poker side of things is going. Just swap my password in there. Boing, there we go. So at the moment I am below 50, still below 50, still below $50. Did have some recent minor cashes. I think I did have a 7th place finish or a 6th place finish in a cash in one of these little mini tournaments lately. But haven't really managed to push on getting towards $50 yet. Could use a decent win at some point. But I think I did cash out twice in the last 6 or 7 games, so I've not done too bad. But yeah, the online poker is continuing to be something I'm trying to do a bit more of to get that little bit of regular practice in. But I also had a really crazy game on Thursday night, which was weird. So as you know, I have my poker leagues, which you know, is like the red tooth stuff that I use to qualify for the regional final, which is on June the 9th. Next month, I'll be playing the regional final in an attempt to get a ticket to Las Vegas. And obviously the new season is 2 weeks in at this point. So I played a game on Thursday night at one of my venues, and it was a very strange game that I played. Very early on, I was actually quite short stacked. I had 3 of a kind on a flop with 2 suited cards out there. I went all in after a bet and a raise, and I was called by a flush draw which hit on the river. Now, my play wasn't terrible at the time. It was a 75% favourite to win. However, it would have worked out more successfully if I'd re-raised on the flop and then the flush draw calls and then they miss on the turn and then I go all in and then they'd have folded and I've won the pot because they wouldn't want to continue with only 1 card to come unless they were willing to gamble at all. In which case, I can't do anything about it. But in hindsight, I probably should have, instead of like going all in with the amount of chips I had behind, I could have re-raised. And then obviously if they want to go all in, fine, I call. I'm not folding my set at that point, but I perhaps could have played it a little differently and maybe got the fold. That's something I'm going to do next time, is not just go for... Unless I have not enough chips behind, I am happy to like re-raise but do not go all in, and then if they miss on the turn, then jam. Because that way their equity is down to 1 card and they're very unlikely to continue with the flush draw having missed. If it's 2 cards to come, they'll feel more inclined to gamble. With 1, much less so, I think. But anyway, I was short stacked at the start and I got lucky to get back in. I had to hit a set against someone with top pair. And then I played very, very strange poker. It was very bizarre. It was at times complete madness. Like, I literally would play, like... It was hard to describe. I mean, Shakar and Maddock's not here, is he? You've heard my musings on the Discord, but I tend to play like sort of sensible, tight, and aggressive when required, but sensible. And I just went completely off the rails. He isn't okay. We did, yeah. I went completely off the rails. Like I did some weird things, like a lot of speech play. Like if someone said they wanted me to go all in. Like someone would raise and I said, do you want me to go all in on you? Do you want me to call? And they said, yeah. I said, okay, I'll call. And did it blind. Like, I played a combination of luck and absolute bonkers. Like, I didn't really care for the outcome so much. It was crazy. But the weird thing is that in some spots, it did feel like I was actually playing pretty well. And actually, I nearly called... I unfortunately, though, my motto of playing like this very weird style and being too sensible came out to bite me. Like, there was a bluff I should have called. There's another spot where I should have called when someone was trying to do... 2 spots where I should have called someone trying to bluff at me. But I played so loose, which I very rarely do. I felt like... It felt different. Like, it obviously was not in super, super stupid, but it wasn't my usual more... cautious, careful, considered play, and some part of it kind of worked out. I don't know what inspired me to do it. I just kind of felt, well, I'm short stacked. I think a lot of the reason why I decided to play this way was because I've played so much live poker in the past where I'm always short stacked. I'm always having to hang on and hang on and hang on and hang on and hang on, and that tends to be how I mostly end up playing. And at least in live and in online poker too, to be fair. Hey, Procaster, how's it going? And I think I just got tired of it. It's like, if I'm gonna be short stacked, I might as well go out with a bang. And I want to fucking, because people around me are like, they're getting big stacks and keeping it, and I'm playing to pick spots well, and I'm not getting the cards. And I'm just sitting here dwindling, and then I can't really do anything. Obviously you gotta have some discipline in the game. I understand that, but it just felt more fun to play in this different way. And thanks to a bit of luck, it kind of worked out for me. At least on this occasion. And it just felt kind of liberating. Like, I had fun playing the game. It was such a crazy night, and I have not enjoyed playing poker that much for quite a while. Obviously I had my casino cash last month. Was it last? Yeah, it was last month or very tail end of May, where I went to a casino and ended a £20 game and cashed out in 6 for 60. My first casino cash, which was nice. Too bad that game disappeared. But this is like me having a lot of fun, not caring about the results, just playing off speech play, and people were just, their minds were blown because they know me as this type of tight player who can be aggressive but also is quite sensible, and I'm just throwing complete caution to the wind and playing in such a weird manner. It completely threw them off, and it was best summed up by somebody who said that it made me, are you doing this to try and, it's almost like you're trying to be like unpredictable, and I'm thinking, yeah, actually. Yeah, fuck it. Because no one fucking calls me when I have my stupid good hands and I play them aggressively and people fold. And then I don't play the crap hands because I don't play them. It's like, you know what? One time I'd like to build up a different reputation. A reputation of somebody who's unpredictable. Who can play a bit of a different type of hand sometimes. Who isn't always going to be in a hand with, like, the best of it, who might decide to gamble on draws and so forth, so that maybe when I hit my good hands, they get fucking paid off. I don't want to deviate too much from my strategy because it does work when cards cooperate, when I get chances. But at the same time, it's so nice to just be able to cut loose, and it felt very liberating, actually, that it really... I don't want to go completely maniac, but at the same time, this loosening up of my play, some of it worked out. It really did. Some of it worked out, and I might do that in other games and see if it plays out. And have fun with it. And I think that might be the thing, having fun with it, right? I obviously still want to have sensible strategies and follow a good disciplined line, but I don't see the harm in me occasionally saying fuck that and just having this approach that might work. Maybe I can get some bluffs through. Maybe I can use a bit of luck and just push on. And it just felt so good. I mean, the fact that I'm even talking about it for this length of time in a poker segment, which is usually just, oh yeah, here's my poker, so I'm not doing well, I'm doing more casino experience next. It was like a really fun night for me, and I wish I had a few more. I'd like to have a few more of those. Win or lose, you need to loosen up and woo. Well, perhaps I do. When it's a good idea, perhaps I do need to loosen up a bit in these tighter tournaments where blind levels go up later on. It's all fun and games, like waiting for decent hands in a range, but sometimes I think it's boring and it doesn't work because I've been card dead for sometimes, and sometimes I just need to take that shot and play in hands. Like, not all the time, obviously, as I've said, not all the time, but more than I have been doing. While keeping some of the lessons learned from previous things, like not always having to shove all in. Being careful what people might have. Playing aggressive poker is winning poker, and having fun and being more loose might sometimes be really good. So yeah, I might try and incorporate that kind of strategy going forward, start adopting it into at least my live games anyway. I don't know about online, but we'll see. I feel like I've a slight change of strategy might help. I think you often second guess your instincts and good things, and you shouldn't. Perhaps you're right. I certainly think, sometimes maintenance might be wrong, but maybe I just need to sometimes just go with it. Okay, I'm thinking that, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. I can fine tune my instincts, but at least follow them, right? We'll see. So yeah, I am going to keep going. I am still trying to get this to $100 as my target. Right now getting it to $50 would be nice. Yeah, fair enough. Sometimes you gotta be careful about stuff, but I get your point, Shakar. I get your point. So yeah, that's my poker segment. I'm gonna do more. Okay. So the next segment. Do I load into the game for this? Yeah, why not? Okay. Do I actually need to load into Dead by Daylight for this one? I'm not sure I actually do. Yeah, fuck it. I'll load the game up. But I do have to talk about something related to the well, I guess there's not really a massive amount of stuff to talk about with Dead by Daylight, but I will boot the game up. Say if you get a gut feeling somebody's not a good person to talk to, your brain discovers the person's facial expression induce no. Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, sometimes in poker you do have to be careful not to fall into the trap of doing that, but I agree with you, sometimes I think it's fine if I do that. Like, I called 2 spots in that Thursday game where I could have called a bluff. Although if I'd been a bit more sensible in one spot, I'm actually going to finish 3rd. I finished 4th. If I'd actually sort of dialed back my stupidity, or, well, not stupidity, but the weirdness at one point, I actually would have finished 3rd. So I think, but because I've never done this kind of thing before, it's like I'm having to learn how to do it. I think if I sort of achieve a balance where I'm sensible in some spots and not so in others, I think if I get that balance right, I will become more of a winning player because I'll be harder to predict. And I think that's a good thing. Even if there's some misfires, I should definitely consider doing that kind of strategy for the rest of this season, get my reputation different. And then people will maybe fucking call my good hands. You know, I will play a bit looser in some spots. In other spots, I'll play completely by the book. I will be tight. I will get my good hand, and I'll raise, and they'll front to re-raise me. And then they're like, finally, let's get paid when I have a set, when a flush or a full house. Let's actually get paid instead of people folding. You know, because I have a reputation. I might not have it. I might bluff now. That's the next thing I need to do. I need to show them a bluff. They've never seen me bluff before. That's the next step, I think. Get them to see my bluff. Know I'm capable, and then finally I get paid. Yeah. Alright. So, Dead by Daylight talk now. This won't take long. There's not really a lot to go over. There's new updates. Store page has changed. There's now a free gift every week. It actually looks kind of nicer. They have collectibles and stuff. Blah, 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 blah. They updated to Unreal Engine 5 as well. This hasn't gone very... Want to hear something crazy? Okay. They haven't... The update from Unreal Engine 4 to 5 has not gone well. There are some bugs. There are still some bugs. I posted one on my Discord. It seems that things are still a bit very janky. But Dead by Daylight has always been janky, so this is nothing new for me. I can see that with the lighting. Yeah, I know it's getting a bit dark in here. Yeah, I'm still waiting for these next tone levels pretty much. I've actually been playing a little bit in my free time last day or so, because I've had little bursts of enjoying the game, where I wanted to play it a little bit. But I'm definitely not back to my, oh, not you. Oh, okay. You mean the game. Ah. Right. Yeah, it's also caused some bugs. There's been map bugs, there's been some kill switches recently. They've actually fixed one of the things. I had the Chucky bug. Pyramid Head had a bug too. I was in a cage, but not in the cage. It's causing some visual glitches, and it's I've not had too much problems, but it's a bit buggy right now. Yeah, I can definitely tell there's a bit of a visual difference. It looks a little more polished, but it's buggy right now. What a shock, right? Dead by Daylight is buggy. Oh no, no one saw that coming. So yeah, they've got an anniversary coming up this month. Apparently the anniversary is broken into 3 parts. I don't know what that's going to involve, but I guess I'll find out later this month. So I might do an anniversary event stream whenever they do. Who knows what they do. But they've also done some teasers. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. They've also done some for one of the games recently. You'll remember last year they announced a game called The Casting of Frank Stone, and they have 2 teasers now. Which they've done recently.
Following several days of rumors and speculation, Sheriff Lloyd Kusich confirmed he is treating the deaths of George Colhern and Joy Spartan as a double murder. George Colhern, 28, son of respected Cedar Hills drugstore owner William Colhern, and his friend Joy Spartan, died after their car crashed and caught fire on the side of Highway I-92, approximately 3 miles outside of the city limits. Deputies have been working tirelessly over the weekend and have now determined that Mr. Colhern's car was parked when it left the road, indicating the involvement of a third party. As part of his update on the case, Sheriff Kusich has reassured residents that the perpetrator or perpetrators will be swiftly identified and apprehended. Independently of the sheriff's investigation, William Colhern has offered a $1,000 reward for information leading to a suspect's arrest. This is Rebecca Fisher reporting for the Cedar Hills Tribune. The news of yet another murder represents the latest shock to our peaceful community in the wake of the July killing of widow Dorothy Clay, who was murdered in her home before the house was set on fire. While Mrs. Clay's nephew Elvin, a minor felon who stood to benefit from her inheritance, was charged and convicted following a rapid investigation by Sheriff Kusich, residents of Cedar Hills continue to pray that justice will be served as swiftly once again. For the latest updates on this ongoing investigation, stay tuned to our breaking news coverage. Rebecca Fisher, reporting for the Cedar Hills Tribune.
Yeah, so these are the trailers they've done recently for the this game that's supposed to be coming out, which is based on the Dead by Daylight universe. But we don't know anything about what the game is. But they released these teasers recently. Maybe they'll have some more information on the anniversary as well. Well, that's it. Yeah, it just talks about murders. We don't really know what the game is about at the moment. We're not really sure. People are beginning to think that there will be some information during the anniversary this month. But the game itself is supposedly going to be independent of Dead by Daylight. It's going to be some adventure game, horror. Oh, I don't know. We don't fucking know. It's just there. So yeah, these are the teasers they released. Also, visit this website. You are now all obligated to visit this fucking website. Please do so, like, today. Thanks. Alright, back to game. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. I mean, Dead by Daylight is, I'm waiting on tomes. I'm still enjoying the game. Actually, one thing I have discovered is I'm actually enjoying Survivor a bit more now, which is weird. Really weird, I know. Like, I still prefer the killer side, but I've actually started to enjoy my Survivor games a little bit more for some reason, even though I'm still terrible at it. I don't know why. Really don't. Solo queue has been hell for 2 years, but I'm starting to, like, occasionally have an okay games, like reasonable ones where I do okay, but I still really suck at the looping and shit. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's because I have nothing to aim for and pressure's off and I just do what I want. But it's been alright. It's been okay. It'll be alright. It'll be okay. That old Noob Free outro song. It'll be alright. It'll be okay. You know. Anyway, so yeah, other than that, not really much else to report on the DVD front. The anniversary event is coming out this month. I'll probably do a stream of that at some point as well, just to show off the event. That's it. I am going to be streaming less of this game over time, I think, because not a lot of people... I mean, I do still play it, but, you know, there's other things I could be doing, and, you know, just when I feel like it. I guess maybe there'll be occasional filler stream, but it's not gonna be like as a bigger part as it used to be when I was like last year. As I said, with there's no adepts, I've got all the achievements now, so really I just play this until I can find something else. So if you want to see me play a game of this right now, though, just intrigued to see the Unreal Engine. Maybe I could show off a quick game to just show you what the game looks like on the Unreal Engine 5. Maybe we could even get a bug. Actually, there is something Nah, I don't think I'll be able to see on my end, no. I'd have to play as Survivor. Maybe I could just show you a quick game of what the engine looks like. Oh, this is Kate. This is the cosmetic I got from buying a few Auric cells. The free gift. It looks amazing on her. It's a very cute hair cosmetic. Yeah, I'm gonna show one game, just one game on Survivor, just to show you what the engine looks like. That's it. I won't play another one. I'll just do a quick game on Survivor. Yeah, this is actually a combination of things. This is from Trick or Treats from last year. This is a St. Patrick. Wow, this shows you how long I'm playing the game. This is from 2022's St. Patrick's event. I have a few cosmetics for Kate. To put some of the nicer ones. I like this one as well for the red hair. Oh shit, I fucked up my cosmetic thing now. Oh no, I'll get it back that I had in mind. There we go, that's the one I'm wearing. Oh, should I press ready? Yeah, I like the red hair one, so I went for that. I'll just play this. I'm just doing this to show off what the game looks like on the engine. So don't worry about that. Oh, thanks to the 15 people watching, by the way, at the moment. Those shorts look good with the rest of the outfit. Oh yeah, well, that's her default. She wears what's called jorts. So yeah. I mean, the game mostly looks the same. If I only get a Chucky, I'd love to see if this bug persists again. A Chucky or a Pyramid Head. Because there's some interesting bugs I found with those two. But, yeah. Hope the room's not too dark. Yeah, it should be fine, but I'll probably have to turn the light on for the audience questions. Got a whiteboard. Jeans and shorts, what can you expect? Yeah. So, this is the game on Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, that's why I call them jorts. It's a, what's that word? Porte-chambeau? No, that's not the French word. Porte-chambeau. Oh, it's a Myers. That's always fun. No, Myers, you're gonna have to go do... Well, I feel like looping around this tree for a bit. Alright, let's get out of here. You're gonna have to chase me! Oh, for fuck's sake. Yet. Yeah, I think he's disappeared. I want to be careful doing that outside one actually with the Myers now. Oh, he's over there. Never mind. Yeah, I don't want to give him free stalk while he's... I mean, this will be a good one to get rid of, maybe, but... Oh. You want to live in that now? Oh, just a regular Myers. Okay. Well, that's a relief. There he is. Oh, yes, Surge. And Infectious, great. Man, you got that awfully fast after tearing up off of me. I was going to say it's the obsession, but... I don't think it is that. Come out of tier 3 at some point. Probably gonna have to go get this rescue, unfortunately. I'm not gonna have time to like do all that and then... Wait, is he coming back? Yeah. Oh, thank God his power ran out. Yeah, let's just run. Probably like to the other side of the map. Go in the house. mean, the house looks fairly comfortable, to be fair. Wait, where is he? Oh, is he still here? Oh. He, oh. Okay, he was just checking that. I'm gonna go back up there and turn it on, I think. The outlines are looking better. Yeah, you reckon? Oh shit, time to leave. Yeah, this is not a very good... This is not exactly a very good, gen to do with a Myers around. To be honest. But... yeah. Oh, that's... oh yeah, if you're wondering, that is Fung Min's perk called Alert. If you're wondering. And he's coming over. Run. And then keep running. It's definitely... never mind. Not being given the opportunity to slug a bit. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's the Fung Min perk. Every time the kill does a break action, kick a power, door, gen, you see the killer for several seconds.
Oh!
No, you don't. Yes, they are very dead on me, aren't they? I might... what the hell is this speed? Jesus. I know Maya's just gained a speed boost when he's like a little faster, but he wouldn't... I don't know if that's entirely a speed boost from tier 3 though. He felt a little faster than usual. Very long. I think it's 60 seconds. I think he has a slight extension for his killer timing, but that's about it. Yeah, let's do it behind some cover, eh? Yeah, so you can see that he's kicked the gen, now I get to see him. It's a useful perk sometimes. Keeps tracks on the killer for you. Alright. So you go do that generator, I'll go find a different one. I don't really enjoy Maya's games though, because a lot of Maya's just bring Tombstone or whatnot. I mean, this one doesn't, so it's kind of a nice change that he's just playing the ordinary system. You think the game looks better on UE5? It looks a little more polished, but it's still janky. And you'll display the Michaela. I don't... He probably doesn't have the green add-on, because he'd have cleared up a lot faster off me if he did. So he doesn't have the green one where you gain 25% bonus on the... why can't I reach? Oh, god damn it. I'm trying my fucking best to actually fucking reach under the ground to tap F on the... I need to leave right now. Yeah, unfortunately we're gonna have to feed him a thing here, but actually, maybe not quite so free. He would have come back anyway. thought about the visuals, whether it was jank or not, so when you went into new jank is to be expected. And to think that no, I don't think so. To think that Myers probably was the killer that saved Dead by Daylight, but now he's so boring. Unless you play like one of the spooky builds, but no one does that these days. He's boring to play as, and he's boring to play against. Also. And this killer doesn't seem to make many mistakes either, so probably has a good amount of hours in the game. So, very boring outcome, unfortunately. The only thing we could do is probably save the Michaela. Oh, she's being chased, never mind. Well, then the only thing I could... Well, I mean, I could still save the Michaela, but... This might be a bit more difficult now. No, we must save the Michaelas. And I think in the long term, the port to the engine will help. But they'll have to fix all the bugs that it caused. And this game already suffers from a lot of bugs. He's heading straight over here, so he's probably got barbecue and chili as well, which is a bit concerning. Oh, he just saw... Oh my god, even... Oh, for God's sake. Fucking... I wanted to say that I was hoping he would take a bit longer, but apparently he's just really on point with finding everybody. Riveting. I don't really care about the match. I don't care about surviving. I want my MMR to be lower so I don't have to play against higher tier killers. That was a very dull game, but whatever. The purpose was to show you the engine of that, and that was what kind of. Oh, he actually had superior anatomy and so enduring. Oh, he did have an extension. I knew he had some kind of extension for his power. And then he had Dead Rabbit for reduced terror radius. I mean, granted, this player probably has some. Oh, why can't I click his fucking name? I thought you were able to check the profile from. Oh, there we go. I want to bet they don't have an insufficient amount of hours. Oh, they only have 503. Okay, well, that's... Which is a decent amount of hours at this point. I mean, this was kind of a Myers that was playing relatively normal-ish, but, yeah. Not a very fun killer to play against as Myers, to be honest. I mean, But thankfully, that was one of the few that was like playing one without the extensions. But they either run out of power and become a tier 2 crybaby, or they just kill everyone by stalking. And again, if I could loot like a demigod, that Myers would probably have had a very rough game. But the map was also a bit suited to them. Anyway, far from the point. I just did that to show you the Unreal Engine 5 stuff and what the game looks like now. It looks a bit nicer, I guess, but ultimately this game needs more game modes and stuff. It needs more stuff. But there you go. That's what the game looks like now. And we'll see what happens. Well, I will. You may not care. Right. So that is that. Anyways, quite. So that is all the sweet state points for yeah. Okay. The lights. I'm on it. There you go. Lights. I give you lights. I'm blinded. Hey, pineapple. Alright, so sort of recap the Suitepee state. My personal situation is generally going quite well. My playtesting stream was back, and a few people that commented said they liked the playtest, so it looks like it's been a welcome return, which is good. There'll be another playtest stream this month. Maximum Doom is now a new target for 3,000 followers, where I will play Maximum Doom if it ever gets hit, which is probably never going to happen. Anniversary Day is on the 19th. I don't have any plans for it, but it's there. 11 years of streaming on this website. Pretty good. Iron Man's will be happening tomorrow if the Iron Eagle is released, which hopefully it should be. I'm giving a little nudge to Pegleg, so hopefully it's on the way. Poker is going to continue. Got my I need to get another month of good practice in for the regional final next month. I had a good game on Thursday, which was quite interesting. And Dead by Daylight anniversary event is happening this month, and teasers for Frankstone. Oh yeah, and once again, I am going to ask, since hi Pineapple, what have you all thought of me bouncing between two different games last month, between Quake 2 and Doom 2? I am going to do that again for the next two games I'll be playing. I'm going to pick a Doom WOD, and I'm going to pick another game to play, but I'm going to do one that's not an FPS. So I can see how it works, this variety angle works on a different genre of game, a different type of game. But I'm just curious as to, Depop, how's it going? Arcane Dimensions is an FPS. It is arts. Hey. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm just curious as to what your thoughts are from the chat about me bouncing between two different games on the streams, where I've been alternating between one game and then the other, instead of my usual style of just playing one game till it's finished. I generally do want some thoughts from the chat on it, to see if people like the idea or not. So I am going to be doing it again this month to see how it works with different genres, but I genuinely want some feedback on it, because it is something I've done for the first time last month, and I just want to see if people like the direction or not. Because if people don't, I'm quite happy to go back to what I used to do. So Lord Mystic likes it, Shakar likes it. For a variety stream, it keeps everything fresh. Yeah, I mean, my channel direction is variety, of course. I meant more in the terms of the idea of alternating the streams one the other, instead of what I used to do, which is why I used to just play a game until it was done, then move on to the next project. The variety is going to be the name of the channel from going forward, because that's what the survey showed. That was good too. Yes, is what I meant. Yes. I see that Bayern are potentially gonna give Madrid a game in the semi-final after the 2-2 result early in the week. Guess you must be slightly excited for that. Referring to Depop here. Of course. I'm sorry for blinding you. Then again, we watched 3-1 today against Stuttgart. Yeah, well, you have nothing in the league to do. I think you're safely qualifying for the Champions League, aren't you? So, I don't know. I guess the league for you is now just a end of season stroll. Right, so I guess from the few people that have responded so far, and maybe I'll get some more YouTube comments or things down the line, you do all seem to like the idea of the alternating streams. Like, where I play one game, one stream, then go to the other game the next, back and forth, back and forth. So I'll continue to do that this month with a different genre of game other than FPS alongside the Doom thing, and we'll see how it goes. So now, at this point, I'm going to throw open the floor to any questions from the audience. All 13 of you currently around. So do you have any questions you'd like to ask about the Sweet State, about the channel, or anything about me at all? Fire away with your queries. Do I want to hear something crazy? What is it? I think you may have touched upon this earlier. If you're going to say ooh woo, then just, you're hungry. Okay, get something to eat. How do you feel about all the favourites getting wrecked at the Snooker World Championship? I guess it's a thing. I actually saw Ronnie O'Sullivan botch his clear against Bingham. I was at the Wednesday night game. I just sort of caught it and someone else was watching it, and I thought, oh, he's going to clear this frame, and he fucked up on the yellow and he lost. I'm not really too invested in snooker, to be honest, Depop. I mean, I like Ronnie O'Sullivan, and that's about it. I didn't know that all the favourites had gone out, though. I did not know it was to that extent. So, I guess it'd be interesting. Someone different winning it. 7 Days to Die is releasing in full access in June after 12 years of early access. 23 alpha versions. Wow. 12 years and it's finally coming out. Hopefully not all the games I'm waiting for in early access don't take 12 years. I hope some of them take about half that, but... So all of them went for the qualifiers. Yeah, Powerful, get yourself something to eat. If you're hungry, get yourself some food. Problem solved. Everyone knows 7 Days to Do It, knows that early access. But it's finally coming out. You must be very happy. You like those survival kind of games. Well, maybe I will play it with you someday. Who knows? I did say I would play a survival game with you at some point. Don't know when, but it will happen at some point. Sorry for the yawn there. So are there any other questions from anything that was mentioned about anything? Yeah, and I told you to pick theme and what you want to do in it. And I'll find a good one. Well, I haven't thought about it yet. I mean, right now, I need to think about what game to play next. I think I know what Doom one I'm going to play next, but not the other game. That's going to require me to actually think about it, but... With the... Sorry, I'm a bit tired. I mean, the gym is catching up to me a bit. No further questions from the audience? Just commenting that someone is hungry and 7 Days to Die. That's it for today. That seems to be the case. Now a day for questions, I guess. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's fine. Okay. Well, fair enough. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream. A hug, okay, sure. So, my next stream will be tomorrow night. The Iron Eagle should be out by then, so it will be the Iron Man streams. If it's not, for whatever reason, then I guess I will start one of my Doom or my non-Doom related project. Hopefully by then now I've decided. And yeah, thanks you all for coming for the Sweet State. I hope you've had a good time learning about a good time in general, learning about what's happening. Please don't tell all your friends about the Maximum Doom target. I don't want to play it, honest. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what May brings. You know, what will May bring? Oh yeah, that's right. It's fucking May the 4th. I'm not making a Star Wars reference. Fuck it. Star Wars is dead. Well, but except for the games. Star Wars is practically dead. Let's go raid someone. Let's have a look who's streaming what. What is Mortao doing? Oh, he's doing more Atari ST dumpster diving. Oh, fuck it. Let's go raid Mortao. He can do some Atari ST dumpster diving, I think. We'll give him a raid. So yeah, he's doing some Atari ST games. Pretty chill. You probably all know Mortao, right? He's pretty chill Scottish streamer. And it's Atari ST games. What's not to like? Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, for the Iron Man attempts. Bye-bye.